April, and today I'm going to show you another great recipe. I'm going to show you actually a grilled rainbow trout with an herb crumb topping. So don't be scared away when I say rainbow trout. If you're not used to cooking with fish a lot, it's actually a really easy fish to cook. It cooks up really quickly, and I'm trying to find some recipes that are healthy but that are quick and convenient to do as well, and this is definitely one of those, and I want to get as much grilling in as possible before the summer is over. So here is 2 little rainbow trout fillets. I cut this recipe in half just for the purposes of this video. I don't want to buy 4 rainbow trout fillets for 2 people. And so this is what they're going to look like, and they do have the skin on, which is important if you're going to grill fish. So I'm just going to prepare these first, and all I'm going to do to these is I'm just going to flip them over, and as you can see, that skin is on, and I'm going to oil that just so that it won't stick to the grill. And of course, I'm using my indoor grill again today. It's just a little easier for me to video. But I did this weekend on the regular grill outdoors, and it worked perfectly. So don't be scared to do it. All right, put a little olive oil, extra virgin, right on top. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some salt. This is just some kosher salt right on top of the fillets. Make sure you do that nice and liberally. And then we're going to get a little pepper, because this is the only seasoning you're actually putting on the fish while it cooks. So you want to make sure you get enough on it. Okay. So that is kind of what we're looking for on the fish before we grill it. I'm just going to set that aside. And I'm going to show you this great crumb topping that's going to go on top of the fish. We've got lemon, we have anchovies, we've got some fresh herbs and breadcrumbs. So the first thing I did was I took just some regular whole wheat bread, sliced bread. I pulsed it in the food processor, and I got some whole wheat breadcrumbs right here. Very simple. Just sandwich bread works fine. The next thing I want to do is get some lemon zest. This is my lemon. I'm going to get about a ½ tablespoon of lemon zest, since I am cutting this recipe in half. I don't have to have the full tablespoon. So there's my ½ tablespoon of lemon zest, and I also want to use a garlic clove. Probably only going to need 1 since I'm cutting the recipe in half. I'm just going to give that a smash, and then get it right out of that peeling. And I always use fresh garlic. The kind that comes in the jar, it's just not as fresh, and I find that it doesn't even really have a good garlic flavor to it. It kind of tastes old, and it's salty, and it's got preservatives. It's just easier to chop up some garlic real quick. Very fresh. So for our herbs, I have some fresh chives here. And you could really use any herbs that you saw at the grocery store. I'm using chive and rosemary, but if you wanted to use thyme, you could use basil. You could really use any herbs that look good to you that day or on sale. And here's our rosemary. I'm just going to pick off the little sprigs. I love how rosemary smells. It's nice and woody. It goes really nice with fish, but you don't want to use too much of it because it is a pretty strong flavor, so you don't want to overpower the fish. Alright, bunch these up and just chop them up. Okay, so I've got pretty much all of my ingredients for the crumb topping ready, but I do want to talk to you about one thing, and it's anchovies. Now, if you don't feel comfortable using these, then you don't have to, but they add a fantastic flavor to this crumb topping, and no one, believe me, no one will know there's anchovies in here. I actually had never used these before until a few years ago, and I tried them in a recipe, and I found out that they actually dissolve when you cook them in oil. So they're going to completely dissolve. You're not going to have like a big anchovy sticking out of your fish or anything like that. They come in these little cans right with where the tuna and that kind of thing is at the grocery store. And you just get a little fillet and put it right in the oil, and I'll show you over here at the stove. Okay, so I have my indoor grill preheated to medium-high heat. I'm going to go ahead and get these right on here, skin side down. And they're pretty much going to fully cook skin side down almost. I'm just going to let them cook for about 5 minutes. They're going to become kind of white, opaque, and then I'm going to turn them over and get some grill marks on them, cook them for another minute or so, and then they'll be done. Seriously, that quick, 6 minutes to cook the fish. And actually, it's even quicker if you're on the outdoor grill, because you can close the grill and it'll sort of make like an oven, and you'll have to cook them really for 3 to 4 minutes. So it's really, really nice and quick. So you can't ever say that this isn't a convenient, easy meal. So while the fish is cooking, I want to go ahead and get some oil in this skillet. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons. I want to have enough so that those breadcrumbs can really soak up the oil, and then I'm going to go ahead and put our anchovies in. See, they're not scary. You just put them right in there, and they will actually disintegrate, and I'll show you what that looks like. Once this oil heats up, you'll see that no one will ever know. Okay, so as you can see, the anchovies have melted into the oil. I'm going to go ahead and put in some of our breadcrumbs, and I'm also going to go ahead and add in our garlic. I'm going to toss this around, let the breadcrumbs get nice and toasty. They're going to soak up that oil. And I got the heat on about medium-low. I'm also going to go ahead and add in our lemon zest. And that's just going to become really, really fragrant. The lemon and the garlic and the anchovy, it's going to really have a great flavor. And then when I add in those herbs, it's going to add some freshness. It's going to be the perfect topping for this fish. Let's go ahead and get those herbs in there. Toss them around. Add a pinch of salt. Some fresh ground pepper. And that smells so good. The final touch is just going to be to add a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, the fish are looking really nice. They're almost totally opaque. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them over. Get a great sizzle. There we go. It's always a little trial and error with fish. You have to be careful. Here it is, the grilled rainbow trout. Literally took maybe 6 minutes to grill that on an indoor grill. So easy, and you could do it in the skillet also if you didn't want to grill out. And then we have our delicious topping. It's gonna be so good. I just like to kind of put it over the top in the middle, and then people can always get extra because it's got so much flavor. And you're gonna love the anchovies in it, I'm telling you. It really, really makes the crumb topping. All right, perfect. Just gotta get a little taste of it myself. Dinner tonight. All right. I think it's even better than last night. This is so good. You can do it with salmon also, but you gotta try this. Try out some new fish, some new things. I think you're really gonna like it.